So it's a historic moment for McGill because it's the first Indigenous Studies class in the brand new Indigenous Studies program.
I'm so excited for the course. I'm really looking forward to it.
Why are we sitting here? Why are you sitting here? Why bother even taking this class?
Yeah, what I'd like to get out of this course is basically just like a better understanding of Indigenous peoples in Canada, their struggle, their culture, their history, and how we can better integrate, you know, as one community here in Canada.
Ourselves is Binyakehanga, which means people of the Flint.
What we're trying to accomplish here is just to introduce Indigenous knowledge to the university setting, and introducing students to the richness and diversity of Indigenous knowledge and the validity of that knowledge and what it can contribute in our lives and in our educational system.
I had a good friend of mine. He's a Mohawk elder from Gunnisataga, and he came to attend one of my classes last semester. And the funny thing he said is that he goes, you know what's funny? I know everything about you. I know everything about your laws, your language, your history and your culture, and yet you know nothing about me. That's exactly why we're here.
My family is like first-generation immigrants, and we kind of fit into this idea of what it means to be Canadian, and I think that it's really important to understand that there is a really neglected Indigenous side of Canadian history, and I think it's really important to acknowledge that and learn about that.
I'm hoping it'll bring in more Indigenous scholars and provide more opportunity for McGill students, staff, and faculty to understand and critically reflect on the ways Indigenous knowledge relate to academia and our society today. I also think that by increasing Indigenous teachings, it increases the sense of belonging of Indigenous students, and I think that's very critical.
I'm here to make you uncomfortable. I want to make you uncomfortable. Because if you're uncomfortable, you're learning. You're stepping outside of your own worldview into somebody else's and getting a new perspective.
I'm Saulteaux from Manitoba, and I know a lot about my nation, but I don't know a lot about the other varied nations in Canada. And we're here on Mohawk territory, and I'd like to learn more about the Mohawk people and the other nations in Canada.
This is really the kind of cornerstone course of what we've built as so far a minor in Indigenous Studies at McGill. We hope it will become a major, but I'd love to see as Indigenous Studies expand all across McGill and find its place in all the disciplines, all the faculties, and so on.